AVerMedia has sent over the live streamer Nexus for me to take a look at, and with the recent popularity of the 5-line mixer that I just reviewed about a month ago, they felt that I should take a look at something a little bit more pristine, more features, etc., and see if it's something that you guys would also like to take a look at. A lot of people have already covered this, and not a lot of people have covered it recently, so we're going to take a look at the updated app. We're actually going to be testing it on the MacBook, and I'm going to be using on the Klondike bar, which is the other streaming studio station that I have over here. And yeah, we're going to try a stream with it. It's really cool. I think it even does chat display for like your Twitch stream on the screen. So we're just going to use one monitor to stream and use this for chat. So without further ado, let's rip this thing apart. Let's go ahead and take a look at everything that comes inside, get it some setup, show you some software, do a stream, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Before we do that, let me tell you about a word from our sponsor, me, over at darkencyrus.com. If you're looking for someone to edit your content, be able to come alongside you and help you out, or you're looking for masterclasses and courses, you should definitely check out my website, darkencyrus.com. I've been editing for people over on Upwork and a whole bunch of other platforms and helping them be able to grow their YouTube channel with the knowledge that I have and by helping them get the resources to be able to do it. If you're interested in finding anything out, please fill out the contact form on the website or pick up my course, OBS 25, to get 25% off that 2-hour masterclass where I walk through every single setting. All right, shameless plug over. Let's get into this. All right. So we're actually using an overhead cam to unbox this today. It's all linked up in HDMI through my Elgato capture card. No. So we're actually going to do an overhead unboxing today with the ZV-1F. I've got a video coming on that really soon, talking about how it's a fantastic webcam and honestly, just for content creation, as you can see. So I went ahead and went on their product page and installed the driver onto at least my MacBook. So we're going to take a look at that live in real time if I can get it out of the box. Ugh. All right, there we go. Cool packaging, really like it, but let's get it out of the way. It's not what we're looking at today. AVerMedia branding, nothing crazy, nothing all over the box. We've got what looks like an accessories box over here that we'll take a look at. But here's what we're actually here to look at, which is the mixer itself. Go ahead and get some of this stuff out, and we'll get this box out of the way. All right, so here's the live streamer Nexus. Really like how well it's packaged. Obviously, it's going to transport very well. Lots of peels on here. However, this thing looks like it's dirty, but then again, it's just got peels all over it. Cool. So let's just go ahead and take a look at all of the ports on the back of it. So right here, we've got a headphone port, a line out, the XLR port, which is your mic. We have a line in, an optical that says console, USB, it looks like a B connection, and then DC in for the power. And then you actually have a power switch on here, which I really like. I feel like, oh, it is a magnetic base. So they have a removable magnetic base. So on, it sits up pretty tall, but with it off, it does lay down a lot more kind of flat. So if you have it closer to you, I could see that, but I think I'm probably going to use it with the stand because I want to use it as a display. I actually want to be able to see chat on this, which is what I've been told happens. Inside the box, let's get you creating, register for a warranty, start creating, need assistance. They give you some QR codes to be able to connect. Oh, by the way, it says on here, I'm just going to show you. It says on here, check us out on Twitter. It's X now, by the way. Anyway, so I don't think we need to necessarily look through the quick start guide. I'm pretty sure we can figure it out as we go. Yeah, let's see what we get in the accessory box. Let's put this off to the side. Inside the accessory box looks like that's an aux cable. That's just a TRS to TRS. We have a USB-B to a USB-A. I'm assuming that's for data transfer. Looks like a power plug, and oh, that's cool. Just so that they don't have to think about it, they sent basically every kind of power connection that you could imagine. Like I'm in the US, so I used the US one, but it looks like they've got a Europe one. Europe one? I don't even know what the other power connectors, but they have a bunch of the other power connectors here, which is nice. And another cool thing, oh, they include a 1/4 inch to 3.5 millimeter, which is 6.3 millimeter to 3. I don't know. Anyway, so they included a conversion jack here. This is cool. curious to see what that's all about. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get it plugged in, look at it on the Mac, and we're going to see some of the settings that come up. I know this might sound stupid, but the length of the power cord is easily over 6 feet, which I like because sometimes your PC or your power cable is far away. And it looks like maybe we have a 6-foot USB-A to USB-B cable, USB-A to B. I'm not sure, but like in my setup, my audio equipment is really far. Oh yeah, over 6 feet. So plenty of length. Sorry, I'm bumping the mic, but plenty of length depending on where your computer is. I don't think you're going to need an extension unless you've got a crazy setup like mine where my monitors are over there and PC's here and you guys are here. Yeah. All right, let's plug it in. All right, I'm booting up AVerMedia's control center now. I'm gonna go ahead and do these peels. Get these off. Really nice. Oh, I love doing peels. Look at that. It's just clean and sexy, and I haven't turned it on yet, but let's go ahead and do it. There's a power button on the back of this, so I'm just going to go ahead and flip it. Oh, that's cool. Connected, installing new firmware. All right, so we've got this. We're actually installing some new firmware now. It's here. Oh, it turned blue. Oh, wow. All right, look at this, guys. Look how it's got all blue. There's a blue ring around it. This is gorgeous, guys. Take a look. I mean, it is quite pretty. I know that there's a whole bunch you can do with RGB on this, but we're just going to go ahead and I'm gonna let it do its time. It says installing new firmware. Yeah, we'll come back once it's fully installed. While I was doing this firmware, one thing I noticed that it's missing from the box is something that maybe it should have is just an XLR cable. I know that sounds stupid, but if you're upgrading your system to the Lightstream Nexus to be able to use like, you know, a mixer and you have something that's like the Firefly K688 or a microphone that needs it like the Pod Mic USB and you don't have an XLR, it's just another piece you're going to have to buy to be able to connect this. But I do think that this works without the XLR connection and you can use basically all the functions as a USB mic. I just don't think you can connect the USB mic into this. Just food for thought. AVerMedia, maybe throw an XLR cable in. I mean, what's it going to cost? Like $3? I don't know. For a little cheap one. The mic that I have already on a stand is the Maono PD400X, and we're using the Rode 20-foot XLR cable that they sent me. Yeah, so we'll connect all of this up once this firmware is installed. So here's what we got so far. It says we can just add stuff in, organize your control center, simply drag and drop, customize the widgets. I'm assuming that's the things that are happening on the screen and at the bottom. Switch controls, that's cool. Microphone settings, be able to adjust and mute mic. Microphone effects, oh, this is cool. I actually get noise gate, compressor, equalizer, echo. Try dual mix. I love dual mix. That allows you to actually have, it's like wavelengths, monitor setting. Everyone has one of these right now, which is really good. There's a sidebar, audio routing, and the table. Oh, this is cool. Oh, wow. We're going to take a look at all of this really quick. Change to settings membership. The original OBS and Streamlabs desktop items have been changed to separate pages, making it easier. Good. Window size, you can actually adjust this. Cool. Text edit to adjust any of the buttons. One-click widget installation, new function. Hotkeys. Do you want to turn off hibernation? Close in the device. Oh, that's fine. Let's set up your microphone. Before using the Livestreamer AX310, we recommend that you first set the volume of the gain of the microphone. You confirm type of the microphone. So I've got the Maono PD400X. It's the first one that I grabbed that would just happen to already be on a stand. And then I've got the Rode 20-inch or 20-foot XLR cable. The only things I just had like within immediate reach of me, and I'm not trying to do anything crazy. So we're going to plug these in, and this is what I'm going to use just for basic setup. It says mic settings. Is it the AVerMedia A330? No, it's not. We're just going to call this the Maono PD400X because that's what I'm setting this up with. Cool. Microphone, it can be XLR with phantom power, or we can use, oh, that's cool. We could just use, oh, that's what this is for. So they gave you, if you wanted to use like a USB mic that had a headphone out port, you could just plug it into this and it actually allows you to add some voltage to it. That's okay. All right. I feel you. I feel you. This one just needs regular XLR. It tops out at 60 decibels, which honestly, for the Shure SM7B, some people say that might not be enough. I only run mine at like 58, 59 on the Wave XLR, but I also keep things really close. So that's what that is. For the Maono, I think I'm going to keep it around 53, and we'll be able to kind of monitor and see how that sounds. Ooh, it actually looks, oh wow, it's actually got monitoring on the screen right here. I'm not sure if you can see that, but as I'm talking, it's actually getting levels going up here. So I can actually increase it. Testing 1, 2, 3. And then as I obviously decrease it, that's cool. If I press it, it mutes it. Nice. I wish it was a silent mute, but you know what? To each his own. Looks like the noise gate, compressor, equalizer, echo, and reverb. This is all cool. Let's turn off reverb. Let's turn off we can leave a compressor on. It looks like they've already done a basic EQ of a scoop right here in the 500, and then a pull down for the S's here in the mids. That's nice. No echo, no reverb, and a noise gate. This is fine. So, okay, so it takes you straight into here to the mixer settings and the mic settings. Cool. Let's go to the audio mixer, and here is the interface. This is basically what you would get for setting everything up. So it looks like we get anything that we want to adjust on these top panels. What I do know is if I swipe, it actually will change to other pads. And I think you only get these 5. I might be wrong. We're going to see how many of these kind of panels you get. But everything's kind of already preset with some basic stuff here. OBS. And OBS is actually already recording. That's why it's probably already picking up OBS. So what it looks like is you've got a bunch of things here on the side. Soundboard players. Looks like we have more pages, or to take us to a page. Multi-actions. It seems very much like a stream deck from Elgato. Scenes. I want to see if there's actually things that filters toggle. That's good. People who are using this to toggle on some special effects. That'd be really nice. YouTube, watching now. How many subs? Ooh, a chat box for YouTube? Yo. Okay, let's go. This is cool. So if I put this here, you can't use widget function without logging in. I'll set later so we can sign into our account and we can actually get YouTube chat on this. That's cool. And what about Twitch chat? Chat box. Same thing, set later. We can literally set the account. Yo, I could do multi-streaming chat. I wonder if you can do restream. Is restream? There's Streamlab. Okay, so down here we've got Spotify, player pause. This is cool with a multi play out player button. Let's put this here and see what happens. Do you want to overwrite? Yes, okay. Set later. So that's cool. It just has a really neat option. Streamlabs desktop, whole bunch of stuff here. Create clips, clear chat. Do they have run ads? Create ads, slow chat, create stream marker, stream game title, create clip, open last clip. Nothing crazy. View. It doesn't seem like anything crazy, but I love the fact that you've got YouTube. Now, I use Restream to stream. I'm so curious. So curious. Do they have something like that? The answer is no. What about just a browser? Okay, let's go see what all they have here. So this is all the stuff that they have somewhat installed. Oh, they got Discord. You can install Discord on this. That's cool. Let's go ahead and install that. Looks like they've got clock and time. They've got VTuber. This was something on their website they put a lot of emphasis on, is that you could use this for VTubing. Discord's installed. Number toolkit that allows you to do random number. If this, then that. That's IFTTT. Hue control, system resources. This will be really cool to look at. RE Central, if you wanted to use RE Central. Spotify, if I had it connected and turned on. System, Streamlabs desktop, clock and time. I mean, some of these are really cool, but I also wish they had just a few more things. They have some mic presets. The Shure SM58. Okay, that's good. The Rode NT1. SM7B, they actually have a profile for the SM7B. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Profile import. So we're going to see what their SM7B profile is. That's kind of nice. It says my packages. This is everything I have installed. Hotkey profiles. They've got Lightroom, Pro Tools, VTuber starter pack. I like the Lightroom one, but I wish they had like DaVinci Resolve or Premiere Pro. That would have been cool. Go take a look at some other stuff. This is the mixing stuff. We can enable dual mix. This is where we're actually able to get individual windows for the creator mix, which is what you hear. and the audience mix, which is what I believe they hear. I think it also installs a bunch of different audio things that I can route stuff to. So let's go ahead and see under sound, chat, game, and system. So they gave you 3. What is web view? Oh man, what is this? So if I go in here and put web view on, that's any URL. That's, oh, you can do interact and then you can kind of mess around with it. Yo, that's my Restream text. Like I could read chat from Restream on this using this. This is a game changer. Okay, can I just say, just this one functionality makes it to where I could have my chat at any point on this. I don't need a second screen. So not only are you buying an XLR interface, not only are you buying like an XLR interface, you're buying a display that you could use for chat. You're buying hotkeys, you're buying a mixer. Yeah, so I'm kind of blown away. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to hook it up to a Windows machine, the Klondike bar setup over here, which is not with any of my Elgato stuff. This would be the only mixer station on this. We're going to use this for chat to be able to read chat. We're going to game, probably play a little bit of Baldur's Gate on that PC. And yeah, we'll go from there. So last night I did a stream using the Lightstream Nexus over at my little smaller gaming rig, the Klondike bar, 1 monitor PC setup. It's been awesome to be able to play over there. I played Baldur's Gate and it ran fantastic, 6600 XT, etc. But that's not what's important. What's important is this was clutch. Not only was I able to control everything from my audio to what they hear to what I wanted to hear, I was able to connect my headphones directly in, and honestly, the SM7B sounded fantastic. I'll play a clip of it right here so you can hear it. So what I've got is, just to explain for what you guys can see, I've got, by the way, you guys are on a webcam. This is a different setup than normal. This is not my normal setup. I'm gonna take you guys on a ride. Over here's my normal streaming setup. There's where I record A-roll, hello, and we're actually recording, testing out the AVerMedia live streamer Nexus. I've got chat for Twitch on this, not on the screen. I've only got 1 monitor for this. I'm using this for chat. So as you guys type, I'm looking down, which is so cool. Sorry, I'm throwing you guys all over the place. Yeah, so I'm pretty impressed with it. I've got the, like my live screen and my just chatting screen is actually the push buttons, even though I have plenty of touch buttons on the screen to be able to hit. Twitch Starfield category is gonna be saturated. Oh, heck yeah. My opinion, if you're streaming Starfield, here's my thoughts on it. Most people are going to think that they're gonna get, like, they're gonna blow up because of like a new game and they're gonna make a whole bunch of content around it, right? But unless you are the creator that is going to make dedicated content about it consistently and drive that on other platforms and not just stream it, you don't need to think that you're gonna grow on Twitch because of Starfield, right? Or any big game release. So what you really need to be doing, truthfully, is just enjoying the opportunity to play with your community and have them be able to be a part of it, instead of seeing it as an opportunity to grow. But yeah, that category is going to be slammed. And just for reference, because someone's going to say, but it doesn't have enough decibels to power it. The settings that I actually used were the SM7B profile that you can install directly from their like widget store. It came at 50 decibels of gain, and I didn't have to use like a cloud lifter or anything. It was perfect. I thought it was great. I had my air conditioner on the entire time, and the noise gate was taking some of the sound out every time, and it sounded wonderful. So can it power the SM7B? I think so. I do think I'm going to do a follow-up video specifically with this device and maybe a couple of other devices similar to this, like the Wave XLR, maybe the cheaper Fifine mixer I just covered, and I'm going to do the 7 microphones that I normally test between all of them, so you can have just an audio test between all of them that's raw, and maybe I'll put them up on my website so you can go download them to hear what they are as Wave rather than on compression for YouTube. So what are my thoughts? Well, first of all, let's talk about price and let's talk about function and a whole bunch of other stuff. Price. It's $350, and that sounds crazy. If I'm being 100% honest, if I didn't get this sent to me by AVerMedia, thank you for sending it to me for a review, I don't think that I would have pulled the trigger on it until I've used it. And I'm gonna be honest, let me explain why. So for the $350, if you break down what I normally use in my setup, which you might not be able to see, but over here, there's a Stream Deck Plus, a Wave XLR, and I have another Stream Deck right here. The Stream Deck Plus is like $200. The Wave XLR is like $130. And for me to be able to get knobs that be able to control, plus all the buttons and everything that you could use like for an Elgato software, and to be able to get an XLR interface with things split out, you're already in the 300s just between those two devices. Sure, do you need those? Are there cheaper options? Yes. You can use a voice meter to be able to control your stuff, but you still have to have an interface to plug it into your computer. Something like that cheap 5-fine mixer that I covered, the $50, really awesome mixer, by the way, you should check that video out. But there's so many other options that are cheaper, but for one single device that does something that I haven't seen a device do that I'm really excited about, I was able to use this for my Twitch chat. I had game up on the screen. Normally I would do, if I'm on single monitor, I would do like the Streamlabs piece where you can actually overlay your game, like alerts as well as your chat over your one PC monitor and it not go to your stream. It's kind of a cool thing. I've made a video on it. I'll link it somewhere. I just had my chat on this and I would just look down at my chat. Here I could change all of my stuff. I put my buttons for me to change my scenes between the two that I quickly set up. I got to see followers, viewer count, Twitch chat, change between it's crazy. And another really cool part was it actually supports browsers. So you can actually go ahead and on this connect like a URL and it will play on the panel. So like watching a Twitch stream didn't work. It said the player wouldn't work, but you could watch a YouTube channel. So even if you wanted to pop up your YouTube preview of what you're doing or have a YouTube video playing, you could do that. Another thing is for scenes in OBS, it actually shows you what your scene preview is. Like for example, you could be able to look down and see what does my X scene looks like or Y scene look like as a picture on the screen, because it's a full IPS, basically a display that's just powered over the USB connector. I think that in itself makes it to be what's going to actually live in my setup over here. I'm probably going to move the Wave XLR over to this A-cam setup. This is probably a long video, but what I do have to say is this. If you're in the market and you need one tool, one single tool to be able to solve it all. Audio interface, you need like a Stream Deck kind of piece where you can change scenes as well as control everything. You need to be able to also control of your audio and split some stuff out. The Lightstream Nexus is what I would say is the multi-tool kit. It kind of does everything middle of the road, nothing really specialized in each piece, but it does it great all in one single device. It has fewer audio outs and things like what the Wave XLR does. It has fewer options as far as Stream Deck stuff. But for you as a streamer, there's a lot of really positive things that you get from this that I didn't expect. I really think that for the cost, comparing it to other devices in the industry that I've already purchased, the price is probably maybe a little high. I would probably see this around like the $250 to $300 mark to be a lot more competitive in pricing. But again, if I was doing this all over again and I knew that this existed and I had one monitor and I was just trying to upgrade, I would pick this up, especially even if I had the Shure SM7B. It powers it just fine without a cloud lifter. So that'll bring us to the end of this review. If you want to go pick one of these up, I'll leave a link for it in the description. It will be an Amazon affiliate link. If you pick it up, it helps out the channel. I appreciate that. And yeah, make sure you go check out my website for my OBS course and a whole bunch of other stuff. Look out for the videos, subscribe, where I do audio tests with this and some other mixers in the future. You're awesome. Thanks guys, and we'll see you in the next one.